right, we are live. Sorry for all the noise in the background, guys. This is why I wanted to go live at 1, but they had just started cleaning the gutters, and I think he's about done, so. What was that, guys? All right. Thought I heard shouting. I think he's about done. Sorry for that. But yes, had to delay this live because of that reason. But this is the first time I've been live in the afternoon in a very, very long time. I've been doing it at night because I figure that works for most people. You know, they come home after work and all of that jazz. And then it worked for me for a long time too. Because I was on the same schedule. But anyway, I am coming to you guys live. I wanted to test some new pop-up times. I am gathering data to figure out like what is the best time for you all. So I have some data already, 100%, but you know, obviously it's always good to have more. So right now today I have the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, but it's just more so like, I don't know what you call this. Hi Violet, how are you? I'm trying to remember what you call this type of holographic. I have the holographic deck today. I hope everything's going well with you, Violet. I'm coming on in the afternoon. This is a weird time for me, but let me know if it works for you. I'm trying to test times to figure out if everything's right. Can you hear me? I didn't even check the sound. And normally I'm on top of that right away. I'm just here yapping away. I don't even know if you can hear me. With you, Violet. Okay. It sounds like you can hear me, and that is good. Fantastic. I am very, very happy and excited to be here today. The latest reading is out right now. It is what is coming in, I believe, soon for love. I'm going to get the exact title, so I'm not messing up the title of my own video. This is what happens when you just like you're in content creation mode. You just create the content and keep it moving. You don't have time to think. And that is where I'm at right now. What is coming soon for soon in love? That video is out. It is ready. It's being premiered. And I'm glad you can hear me. So if you are interested, check it out. But let me get into everything, you know, got to do the intro. Hey, everyone, I am Brandi. Welcome to AstroTarotResearch live. Normally, I go live on the weekends. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is a pop-up. Yeah, Violet, you gotta watch it. You don't have to watch it now, obviously. But, but if you're interested in see what's coming in soon for you for love, go ahead and check it out. Obviously, you know, we are the architects of our own lives, but you know, I feel like tarot can provide some insights or guidance and help us navigate our decisions. You know, that being said, you know, tarot is for entertainment purposes only. Astrology is for entertainment purposes only. The lives used to be only tarot, but now you can ask astrology questions. I got to keep saying that here. And if you're in a place in your life where you're feeling a little particularly vulnerable, or maybe you're looking for a pick-me-up, because a lot of people come to tarot to sort of just have someone say very nice things to them. I will say I'm not the reader for that. As much as I love to breathe life into everyone, in my experience, tarot kind of gives you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so it is my philosophy to relay the message of the cards, obviously the softest I can, but I do tend to be very blunt and direct. I am an Aries. So there's that. Today, as I mentioned before, we're just using the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, but it's holographic, as you can see here. I don't always use it, especially at night, because it can look a little bit funky, but in the daytime, you can see it pretty clearly, and so I don't mind using it. Granted, the camera just wants to focus on my face all the time. I think they must just program it to track faces. But here we go. So I'm all about career these days, but I'll watch. I like your videos. Thank you, Violet. You know what? I feel the same way. I'm mainly career focused as well. But I recognize that a lot of people, they've got the love bug, you know, which is understandable because we all want someone to love and care for us. Or at least most people. I can't speak for everyone. For sure. Oh, what are your career goals for this year, since you're all about the career? I think I did ask a question for that once on the pop-up, but you know what? I can ask it again. I don't mind having a repeat question. Why not? More data from the question. Let me make sure I get this ready. Let me see this. Career goals. And create this poll here. It just feels weird not to have a poll. What are your career goals? Nothing wrong with being a question repeater here. I think mine is to find a job that is a good balance of, good financial pay, you have career growth, and it is beneficial towards my mental health, or at least it doesn't damage it, But I am curious about what everyone else's career goals are, what they are aligned with. I only get 4 options here. I know there's a melee of goals, so here we go. And then I think I might have said my disclaimer. If you are new to the lives, like if you're coming in and you've never been in the live before, if you're just watching this back, how the live works, all of that information is in the description box. But generally, you come in, you ask a question, you can go through PayPal, CashApp, or if those options are not available to you, Super Chats are available. It is $5 for in-depth readings and it's $10 for in-depth readings and it's $5 for yes or no. There's no limit to the amount of cards that I will pull for tarot. And for astrology, I always try to make sure that I'm detailed. Same with tarot. I love making sure that I'm detailed. Oh, more freedom and work-life balance. I'm all about that. I think that might be number one. If you can have a good job or even just a normal pay, then I think that is ideal. Especially if for me, someone like me with anxiety, I need work-life balance. I was watching, this video on TikTok, and it was like it was like one of those hypothetical questions, and they were saying, would you rather get paid, I guess, $200K and you have to go into the office 5 days a week, or you get paid like $150K and you get to work from home? And I was like, I would choose the $150K. Me personally, I'm over here like, ooh, I think I got food on my teeth. Sorry, guys. I would choose the $150K because I'm just like, I need peace, balance, and there's nothing that can beat health, mental, physical, otherwise. If your health is good, health is wealth. But that's me. So it's tied right now between higher pay and financial stability and more freedom and work-life balances. I have a feeling that those are going to be the top choices. We all want to make more money and we all want that financial freedom or just freedom in general. We want to be able to put our heads to rest and relax and go for walks and enjoy our lives. Who wants to live to work? I mean, some people do. Some people live to work. Some people don't have identities outside of work, which is kind of sad, but who am I to judge? But yes, today I am doing a pop-up. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I will at least be on for 30 minutes, and if there's no traction, or if people don't feel the need to ask any questions, I do have my scheduled live tomorrow. That would be at 7 p.m. I figure most people will be coming off of work. Let me know if 8 p.m. is a better time. I'm not really sure. But I'm testing times right now and I'm collecting data to see what works for you guys. Because sometimes people say things, but then it's like, but the data shows otherwise. So that's what I'm doing right now. coming on at 1. I do like the afternoon vibe though. I'll say that. It's nice to see how everything looks in the daylight here. I don't think I've used this particular streaming program in the daylight. And I say that because for some reason the camera set up here through this program is very zoomed in versus on YouTube, it's not as zoomed in. I think I have said all my disclaimers here. And just letting you know that we do offer astrology and tarot now. I cannot wait to do my latest astrology video. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it up in time just because there's a few things scheduled. I may have to push things back. But other than that, you know, I'm gonna keep going at the same pace. Just finished another video for the main channel, so I'm way ahead of the curve. And then the next step is filming videos for you lovely stargazers. Just to let you know what it's like being a scheduled content creator or organized content creator. Some people go by their moods and stuff, and I used to do that when I first started too. You know, post whenever, just follow the vibes. And that's cool and everything, but I think I like it better structured and organized. Even if I don't get as many views, I have a lot more, how do I say this? I have a great audience. Hey, gal, how are you? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the full name. I like to, ma'am. I'm not sure what that means. But welcome, and I'm glad you have made it to the live. I always love seeing new faces here, so I am very happy to see you and welcome here. Anyone who is new to the live, feel free to, you know, read the description. I have a pinned comment there. If you want to know how everything works, I always announce everything in the beginning. Also, you can go back and check my old videos as well. Pretty much almost all of my live streams are up. So I just noticed that sometimes people come in and they ask, you know, how it works or how's, you know, how much is it? And I'm just like, I can't keep repeating things, guys. So I put the pinned comment there. I have all the information in the description. And so if you're new, I just wanted to let you know that like number 2, ma'am. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's what it meant. Okay, I thought you were referring to like something like that I was talking about, but you're saying you liked the video. Thank you so much. I don't know. I took that so long for me to click. I need more coffee. That's what it is. What time is it where you guys are? Right now, it's almost 2 p.m. here. So it's about to be nighttime. Give it a couple of hours. Wintertime, it gets dark so early. So unfortunate. But it might be summer where you guys are at. I know some of my audience, they're like in New Zealand. And I know it's summer over there. And depending on where you are in the world, it could be warm. Here it's cold. Not super cold, but it's cold. And right now, if you're wondering what I'm doing with my hands, I'm just shuffling the tarot cards, just in case anyone wants to ask. Evening for me. Yes, ma'am. That's okay, dear. From India, 12:26 a.m. Wow. So it's nighttime for both of you guys over there. Wow. You guys are staying up late. Well, I guess good evening. I was going to say good night, but good night's kind of like goodbye. But good evening, you guys. Thanks for tuning in at night. I'm surprised you guys aren't going to sleep, you know? Is it summer in India? I gotta check that out. I'm not as knowledgeable as I should be. Oh, so it is winter. It's winter right now. Okay. Wanted to make sure that's right. All right. I need to educate myself about the world and the seasons. I guess if I was familiar with how it's summer in India. Oh, why did Google say winter? That's so weird. All right. 7 p.m. for me in Europe. Okay. Where in Europe are you, Violet? I don't know if you told me before. For some reason the sun card wants to come out. Probably because I want warm weather. More freedom and work-life balance. Ooh, okay, 3 votes. Work-life balance is coming in for the win so far. That's the one I would have chose too. Not that higher pay is not good, because, you know, if you have enough higher pay, you could potentially retire yourself depending how high the pay is. Right? You could retire pretty soon. But I agree, like work-life balance is needed. It's needed. Everyone I meet who's working hard, they're tired. They want a break. They want to put their feet up. Don't get me wrong, they do seem to really enjoy the work environment, even if they say that it's tough. I just noticed that they kind of like navigating all of the work politics and playing all the work games. Like, that's kind of how they treat it. So I think that's great for them. Yeah, it's true. Like, people need to have more work-life balance. We got to spend more time with friends and family and enjoy ourselves. Ooh, higher pay. Now it's tied again. I may have to be the tiebreaker. France. Oh, bonjour. I guess it's nighttime, so I can say bonsoir. There we go. It's sad. I took French in college, and it went in one ear and out the other. It's so sad. I could probably read a few things, but speaking it's, you know, it's pretty bad. Mental peace is very important. Yes, I 100% agree. Mental health piece is one of the most important things. Hey, I remembered it correct. Bonsoir. But yes, everyone, make sure that you're doing things to support your mental health, whether that's talking to friends or family, journaling, going for a walk, exercising. I have found exercising to make me really happy. I like cooking, but you know, I get a little chubby here if I cook too much. So all of these things that can make you happy, even if you're just sitting down watching TV or reading a book, take some time out for yourself. Bonjour. I'm glad everyone is so nice and friendly. It's so nice to be talking to you guys. Ooh, another vote. Higher pay and financial stability, more freedom and work-life balance. Oh, okay. Higher pay is in the win. It's in the winning position. I'll say that. Oh, and let me know if you guys would like a reading. So right now we offer astrology. I offer astrology and tarot readings, and I haven't done astrology readings before live, but I do offer them my private readings. So I was like, why don't I just do it live as well? He said, I tried French. You know what? It looked good to me. Hey, Sang, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. And guys, don't forget to watch the latest reading on my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're coming in, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps. Even if you don't ask a question or if you don't want to speak, or, you know, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button. But I do love talking to you guys, so I would love if you guys could chat away, or, you know, throw something, a hi or hello in there. I'm just happy to see that you're all doing well. At least I hope you're all doing well. And let me know as you're coming in where you're from, like where you're from and what time it is there. You know, this information actually helps me to figure out the best times to come live. That's so I understand what's good for you guys. And also, if you are in the chat, one question I'm curious about, you know what? I'll save this question for the next live. I'll save it for the next live tomorrow. So if you're curious the question I'm going to ask, be sure to come to the next live tomorrow, because you guys inspired it. Actually, I'm going to write it down. And remember, guys, as you're coming in, if you're not familiar with the live rules, information can be found in the description bar, and you can check out the pinned comment as well. And you can also check out my old videos if you just want to familiarize yourself with how everything works. Let me write down this question. I just want to remember this for the live tomorrow, because you guys inspired me. So I'm like, oh, I gotta think of this. Can you do a tarot reading for me? My question is, am I Saran Starseed? Saran Starseed. Guys, can you show love and support by liking the live stream? Yes, guys, show love and support by liking the live stream. I really appreciate it. And Song, if you want a question answered, you have to send a payment first, and then I can get to your question. Information about payment, where to send it, all of that can be found in the description bar. All right. But thank you guys for liking. I really appreciate that. Any like helps. It's just, as a YouTuber, content creator, you put in a lot of work. So any small benefit or help or assistance in tapping the like button really does help with visibility and growth. And it allows me to continue making content for you guys, because otherwise I'm going to have to, you know, look for alternative payment ways or ways to make money. But I'd rather make money doing things that I love. And I can tell you, as a content creator, you really don't make much here at all. You know, it's not something, at least most people don't make a livable wage. I don't make a livable wage from doing this. Most of the stuff I do is for free, right? So I just wanted to say any like helps, and I really do appreciate it. I'm making sure I'm getting higher pay and financial stability seems to be the number one. Nobody's picking the middle ones. Nobody wants to career pivot or build their own business. What do you do in the astrology readings? Read birth charts. Yes, I do read the birth charts for the astrology readings. The astrology readings, essentially, you would ask a question. Maybe you want to know what's coming up this year, and I will look at your nakshatras and your transits and be able to clarify and answer those questions. So it's more predictive than anything. Sometimes people want to know, like, the timing when it comes to, you know, what could be unfolding in love, or even, you know, is this a good time to get a promotion in their life, or how do the possibilities look when it comes to moving? These are the questions that I answer during the astrology readings. I don't do things like synastry, or, you know, sometimes people have two charts and just like, are we compatible? I don't do compatibility readings. I'm not a medical astrologer. Mine is purely like predictive, timing, and then understanding possibly where things might be moving in terms of like career, finances, even if you just want to have like a glow up, like what's the best time for that? Or is that in the sky right now? Or even just like you want to know what could be unfolding in 2026, okay? I almost said 2006 in my head. Jor Cook, I just cashed up you $5. Did you get it? Yes, or I have a yes or no question. Yes, I did get it. Feel free to throw your question in there. And also, Jor, if you're a member, you can ask another question too. Because members get one free question. And as far as I know, Jor did not ask a question this month. So members, if you become a member, you can get one free question a month. At least that is the deal for now. As we expand and grow, I'm going to obviously be more selective about who gets the questions answered. I'm probably going to throw it into some sort of random generator and see whose question gets answered. But yeah, feel free to ask 2 questions, Jor, and it would be, yeah, just so it's fair for you, you know. Ooh, nice. I might try next time. Yes, feel free to get an astrology reading by me. I love reading the astrology. There are some interesting things coming up in the sky. We have Rahu that is going to be, it's already in Sestavisha, but I think on January 25th, it will be in its 3rd pada, which is like an Aquarius in the Navamsha. So it's like this strong triple alignment of Rahu energy, Aquarius energy going on in the sky. Very innovative and unique in terms of forward thinking and mobility. So you might find yourself making some future pivots, you know. Yay, and here it is. All right. So yes, guys, sign up for the membership. You get exclusive content. And for now, you get one free question a month. Obviously, as things change and things grow, that's going to change a bit. I'm going to have to probably do like some sort of random hat generation to see who gets the free question per month. But I do want to make sure that is known for now. Currently, I am filming content for the members. And I want to know specifically for those who are members, you know, what type of reading that you want next. I have a poll up for you guys to answer. So feel free to check out the community tab and go to that poll. For you astronauts, you guys have given me 1,000,000,001 ideas, but if you have some questions that you would like to prioritize, always just comment them and I will see your comment going to the latest video or the latest post. I will see it a lot faster. Okay, my question is T into me romantically and will he reach out to me? I know you get these questions a lot, but I love to see what may come out. Let's see. And there's nothing wrong with asking a question that is popular. I mean, these are the things people want to know. And as you're coming in, feel free to fill out the poll, hit the like button. And if you want to know how things work, information can be found in the description bar. But to keep it simple, you send payment, you ask a question, and all of those details can be found there in the description. Okay. We have the 10 of Wands. This thing's blocking my screen. The 10 of Wands here. And this is just a holographic Rider-Waite tarot deck. We have the Emperor. Okay. It always wants to focus on my face. All right. So right off the bat, what I see here is a lot more physical attraction when it comes to T. So I know that they are into you and attracted to you, but I don't think they are in this romantic headspace quite yet. I'm not saying that they can't get there, But right now they're kind of leading with their libido a little bit. Let me see. Will they reach out? They have this Ace of Wands energy. For sure, they're going to take initiative. They're going to take action. They're going to want to reach out and connect with you. We have the Temperance card, two people bonding, coming together, balancing, blending two different forces. For sure, I think they're going to reach out to you. It also connects to Sagittarius, you know, which is another communication house. I wouldn't be surprised, especially since we have this wand energy. I feel like they're going to contact you more sooner than later. It's not really slow moving here. We have the Emperor connects to Mars. Mars is fast moving. We have that in the sign of Sagittarius. We have all this fire sign energy. So yeah, for sure, they are going to reach out to you, and they are definitely very, very attracted to you. So that's something that I want to say there. Let me pull these cards here. We have the Seven of Swords. Keep in mind, this person is going to lead with their best foot forward. Knight of Wands. They can be very charming. They can be very flirtatious. They can be very complimentary. The Knight of Wands is a very charming person. And so when I see this energy here, obviously T is not going to want to show you any of their bad side. They just want to make a positive and good impression with you. So be wary that they might try to like tell you what you want to hear. I'll just say that. Just because the Knight of Wands, they can be very, very much like immature and not think of like the long-term consequences of their actions. I'm not saying they're a bad person at all. I'm just saying that they're going to put their best foot forward. And so when you start to see different flaws within them, which I'm sure you'll see. Wow, I just pulled the Devil card, which I'm sure you'll see. Don't be surprised. But yeah, they've got a strong attraction towards you, Jor, for sure. All this fire, the Devil card. Like, that's wow. They really like what they see. I guess that's good. Uh-oh, the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is not that bad. Sometimes the Seven of Swords is just a little bit strategic. But, you know, be smart, you know, when you're talking to them. Don't take anything at face value, especially when somebody sees somebody that they're really attracted to or they really like. Sometimes people, I'm not making any excuses, they want to hide the parts of themselves that they know people aren't going to like. And so it can be a little bit misleading. But I think a lot of people do this, men and women, where they're like, okay, I really like this person. I'm really attracted to this person. I don't want to tell them X, Y, and Z about me because then they may not want to talk to me anymore. So be on the lookout for that. Don't just believe anything that they say. Always look for any evidence or proof and take your time. Because with this wand energy, they might want to try to rush into things. They might want to try to move quickly. Don't do that. You know, go on your own pace. And it will be revealed to you what type of person they are and their character. So just be mindful of that. And I think you'll be perfectly fine. Definitely try to figure out by their actions what they're looking for. That is the best indicator. How someone acts. Higher pay and financial stability has 70% of the vote, guys. Wow. You guys are ready to make that money. You guys want the raise, you want the upgrade, you want the money windfalls coming down on you. I can't judge it. This sounds This sounds right on brand. And I know a lot of, I was just talking about this in my Rahu Sestabisha video, where I was talking about how shadow banking is causing a lot of job squeezing right now for companies, meaning they're slowly kind of laying people off, or they're doing hiring freezes. They're not taking as many chances. They're trying to, like, some employees, they're trying to hold on very, very tightly to. So it can be it's a very volatile market. And I think that might be happening globally. I'm only saying that because a lot of markets are connected globally. Even now, I just saw on the news the other day, which it's actually funny because I was just talking about that in the reading, how a lot of businesses are going to slowly close branches or even go out of business just because of money's tight right now. Money's tight right now. So I see why everyone wants that higher pay and financial stability. Costs are rising and we're trying to get this money. Thank you again. Everything you said resonated. I'm a chill to see what happens. Love your channel and what you post. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. And you know, I'm wishing you well. If it doesn't work out with T, you'll definitely find another one. Keep in mind, guys, always have a mindset of abundance. If one person is, you know, not acting right, or they're not treating you the way that you would like to be treated, if they're not treating you with respect and kindness or valuing you as a person, keep it moving. You deserve the world and more. And thank you for the compliment on the channel. I'm glad you like it. That makes me very happy to hear. I really pour my time and energy into it. And, you know, sometimes I can be a little too blunt. It's a gift and a curse. I'll say that. I can't even tell you how many times I've heard, you know, that's a little too honest, or because you phrase that differently. And it's just like, oh no. This is what happens when you are a fire sign. And I'm talking about in Western astrology. In Vedic astrology, I am a Pisces. So I'll say that. It's tough out here. It's very tough. But yes, guys, as you're coming in, feel free to ask a question. I do astrology readings and tarot readings. Information can be found in the description bar below if you want a detailed summary of how things work. But essentially, you ask a question, send payment, I'll get to it. For the astrology readings, and specifically, Kimchi paid on CashApp. Did I get I guess I'm getting behind. All right, I just got it, so I'm slow. I guess it's my internet. But yes, ask your question, Kimchi. I think it was $5, so it's yes or no. I saw it. I just saw the name. But let me know. I'm very happy to answer. Can you guys believe Verizon was out yesterday? What a pain. I don't know if certain friends of mine have gotten messages, and then my internet is getting a little delayed sometimes, which Verizon has always had its issues, let's be honest. But I think someone else sent payment too. I will be a semifinalist for the scholarship program. Oh, will I be a semifinalist for the scholarship program I applied for? Oh, congratulations on applying for a scholarship. Let's see what the cards have to say here. I am also a member on my other channel, but the comment will post on here. I'm not sure what that means. I'm trying to dissect that. I'm also a member on my other channel, but the comment will post on here. Oh, I'm also a member on my other channel. Oh, you signed up for the membership on your other channel. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I think let me make sure your member name here. I'm just checking to make sure. I'm pretty sure I remember your name here with the memberships. This is so frustrating. How can I see? I just want to check the members. Maybe I have to go to my dashboard. See all members. Oh, what's the member name? So I know which one it is. I gotta write it down to make sure I have it tracked. But yeah, you can ask your free question. Just let me know the member name, and yes, you can get a free question as well. I got every app in the book open on my computer for some reason, and I don't know why. But let me get to the question. That's weird. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll mark this off. Thank you, and thank you for becoming a member. Let me type this down. Make sure I'm getting everybody. Remember, guys, if you become a member, you get one free question a month, at least for now, right? If it gets to the point where I have, like, I'll say, 20 members, 15 members, then, I'm going to do just maybe 5 people, first come, first serve in terms of their membership questions. So, or 10 people. It depends. I'll create a system by the time that happens. But yes, I'm writing it down so I know who's gotten their questions, and so I don't forget. Sorry for being slow here. I'm the world's slowest typer. I've been typing since 3rd grade, and I'm like, oh, I'm still bad at it. Yeah, Childish Gambino. I got the reference. New subby, thank you for subbing, Truth. So happy to have a new sub. You guys seem to like the afternoon. I might have to come in the afternoon more. We have the High Priestess. We have the Queen of Swords. And we have the 7 of Wands. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. So I think there's a strong possibility that you will be that semi-finalist. And the reason I say that is because we have the High Priestess, who is known for being very studious herself. And same with the Queen of Swords, very thoughtful, very smart, very strategic. Oh, did I disconnect? Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm making sure you guys can hear me. I might have disconnected for a second. But as I was saying, this is Verizon for you. As I was saying with the High Priestess, she's very studious herself. Queen of Swords, also a very intelligent person. And so whoever is judging the scholarship is recognizing your ability to communicate, as well as the fact that you provide a unique perspective or message. I don't know what you did for the specific scholarship, but it looks like they really appreciate how you articulate things, your communication style. And we have the 7 of Wands here, who is the cut above the rest, right? They come from the place of the 6 of Wands, which means that they have they've already won something, right? You said, I hope so. It's a very prestigious scholarship in the U.S. It's been stressing me out. Oh, I wonder what scholarship this is. I'm not going to ask because I don't want you to send out personal information. But Seven of Wands is a cut above the rest. They've proven themselves. And now it's time for them to maybe even prove themselves again. We have the Six of Pentacles, which represents support and them giving things out. So I really do feel like there is a opportunity for you. I don't know if they give second place anything or third place something. I'm not saying you won't be first place, but you'll definitely be in the top. At least that's what I think from looking at the cards here. I would be very surprised if that turned out not to be true, because the Six of Pentacles does show some level of support here. It shows some sort of financial benefit, something that you are getting, something that you are receiving, something that you are winning, you know, especially after that Seven of Wands showing that you are in it to win. The fight continues. So I do think that that it is likely. Okay. I just want you to know that. Say, hey, Brandi, I'm not sure if my messages are popping up. I don't think so. Eternal Love. I only seen one message from you. So, yeah, this is the only message I've seen. I don't know if YouTube is censoring things or what. Because I don't have any, I don't think I have any words censored, unless they're like curse words or something. But that has happened to people before, where they couldn't type certain words. They might have to spell things out. But try rephrasing it. Maybe I can see the message there. And I think somebody also sent me a Cash App too. And it was a career question. But let me get to the second question of kimchi. Truth be told, were you the one who sent the okay, Eternal Love. Okay, that was you. Truth be told, if you want to ask a question, you can send payment through Cash App or PayPal or Super Chat. Either one, though Cash App and PayPal are preferred. I'm going to get to Kimchi's question and then Eternal Love Bliss. I love the name. I'm going to get to your question as well. My second question, my next boyfriend, when will I get in a relationship? What does he look like? Yes, for those of you coming in who are not familiar with the live session, details can be found in the description. But essentially, you know, you send payment, you ask a question, and I answer it. But all the details are found in the description, and you can look at the pinned comment as well. Also, I have plenty of other lives. I usually keep them up unless I need to edit something or something like that. But I keep them up so you guys can see what you're getting, right? All right, we have the Seven of Swords here. We have the Death card. I hope this is good. I'm gonna cry. Well, that is not my intention to make you cry, okay? And High Priestess really wants to come out for you. Okay, I'll say this. Because we have this Seven of Swords and the Death card and High Priestess, a lot of the timing may depend on you specifically. And what I say by that is because the Seven of Swords is a solo card. The High Priestess can be somebody who is very much to themselves. She's not like known for being a social butterfly. The cards are kind of saying if you want the situation of you being single to change, you may have to change yourself, meaning change what you do, change the way you, I guess, move through life. You might have to be a little bit more sociable. High Priestess always represents following your intuition and your gut feeling. So never ignore that when it comes to love. Sometimes we get a feeling like I remember I was going to an event one time and I was just like, you know what, I bet I'm gonna meet someone there. And I did, I did end up meeting someone there. So having like a gut feeling like that and listening to it, 100%, start listening to that a lot more. Don't question it. Don't get into this space where you are being overly logical and saying, oh, that doesn't really make sense, etc. Da, da, da. So a lot of the timing does depend on your willingness to transform and change and switch up some things, okay? Say, I literally always get this divine timing. It's annoying, but I'm in therapy and I'm an avoidant attachment. I attract guys, but fearful of them a bit. Oh, that's why you got that 7 of Swords energy. That's why the universe is saying change your behavior. And I think you can see the divine timing thing as annoying, but at the same time, I think it's empowering, right? Because you have some people who, no matter what they do, they can't seem to find someone to be with. But the cards are being pretty clear here and saying, if you make some changes to your own behavior or your own thought process, you will potentially meet someone. Avoiding love, not being as open, being scared what people think, having that sense of anxiety and fearfulness, and being a little bit more isolated or reserved. If you change those things, you have strong potential to meet someone. And the card I pulled was the King of Pentacles. So if you want to know who this person can be, established, pretty well dressed, I find the King of Pentacles to be. They don't necessarily often have to be rich all the time, but generally the King of Pentacles is going to be somebody who takes care of themselves, for sure. This is a guy with a skincare routine. if that's what you're looking for, they're like, I'm staying hydrated. I'm making sure I'm getting my haircuts. Like, the King of Pentacles is very, very particular about how they present themselves. I'm not saying they're in the mirror all the time, but they do care about what they look like and they respect themselves. So if you want someone who's a little bit more clean cut, if you want someone who is who's got some fashion sense, then the King of Pentacles is your guy. Don't expect him to be jeans and a t-shirt. That's not very King of Pentacles. Look how lavish he is. Seriously. You see how he's got like a fruit mock. I don't know what you would call that. Fruit mock man dress going on here. So there's an element of extravagance to him. That is my favorite court card, King of Pentacles, love a stable man. Don't we all? So he's stable, he's consistent, and he's somebody you can rely on, which is great if you have an avoidant attachment style. Having somebody with a secure attachment style can be very healing, right? Then we have the 6 of Cups. So if we're getting into what this person looks like, the 6 of Cups obviously is very youthful looking. So I get the feeling, not that he's young, but he looks a little bit younger than he is. And also sometimes people have very neotenous features, right? Sometimes people, they can be kind of not big-eyed. That doesn't really work for men. For men, they tend to just have very smooth skin. They may not have a full beard. They're probably going to be more clean shaven. These are the things that you have with the 6 of Cups type of energy and looking a little bit more youthful. And let me see, I want to see a little bit more about who they are as a person. I'm not sure if I can pick up on a race. I've never even tried to read the cards by race. But the cards will usually tell me if they're of the same cultural background. We have these 3 of Pentacles, so they're the similar background as you. So whatever background as you are, they're probably similar in terms of ethnicity and race. 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork, coming together, working in unison, community, all of that jazz. So it's just like, hey, we're one, similar backgrounds. So I just want to say that. Three of Cups again, more threes representing community. And I like the fact that we have this 3 here because that definitely represents fun, enjoying yourself, having a good time, and they've got plenty of friends. You know, if you're worried about them not having any friends, being a little bit more to themselves, they're more of a social animal. I want to say that. And I'm going to pull one last card here. We have the 4 of Wands, but it's reversed here. And so this to me tells me that they're sort of looking to accomplish some sort of milestone when you meet them. And what I mean by that, like you might meet them and they might say, I'm actually trying to save up for a house. And I haven't I haven't met that goal yet, right? Like I'm trying to save up for a house. I want to buy my own condo. I'm looking to pay off this car. So you might meet them right in between some sort of milestone that they're trying to reach within their life. And that's something to look out for. Okay, if you guys are coming in, don't forget to hit the like button and then participate in the polls. I love hearing your answers. Looks like higher pay and financial stability is on everyone's mind. We have a career pivot and we have a build your own business. I will say this, there are more financial opportunities in building your own business. So if you guys are looking for higher pay, that will be the category. I don't know about financial stability, but but a business is the key to success. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to reach certain financial pinnacles without it. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. There's definitely people who are like teachers who become millionaires, right? Because sometimes it's about financial management. And actually, I think Dave Ramsey did a study of 10,000 millionaires, and a lot of them were managers in management positions, which makes sense. Managers and teachers and engineers, people who plan, essentially. So that is one thing that is important. Be consistent, plan, and stick to it. Eternal love, bliss. I know you had a career question. What was the question? Am I missing it? Did I see it? Because I don't think I'm getting all your messages. But let me know the question if you can. If it's blocking you, spell out the words, you know. And if that's not working, email me, okay? And I'll check my email to make sure. And as you're coming in, if you are new to the live, I'm Brandi. Welcome to AstroTarotResearch. I am an astrology researcher, tarot reader. I have 15 years of experience when it comes to reading astrology and tarot. And I prefer Vedic astrology. I just felt like it is very specific, it's accurate, and it's great. I love it. If you are new to the lives, how this works is, you ask me a question, you send payment, and I get to your question. Any details further than that can be found in the description bar below. I do prefer CashApp and PayPal, but Super Chats are available. And then the last thing I want to say is feel free to watch the latest reading on my channel, what is coming soon in love, if you are interested in all of that. And don't forget to participate in the polls. I always love polling you astronauts, especially when we're live. Higher pay and financial stability is coming out on top. I'm more of a freedom and work-life balance girl, but I get the higher pay and financial stability. Not a bad choice to make. And right now we are doing Eternal Love Bliss's question. The deck I'm using is just a simple Rider-Waite tarot deck, but it's holographic, as you can see here. And we are going to get into that. Also, when it comes to the live astrology readings, I'm going to read by transit, planetary conjunctions, aspects, as well as nakshatra placement. It is more of a predictive, like what's happening, what's occurring next, rather than, let's say you had a synastry question. Is X compatible with me? Something like that. Don't ask me those type of questions. For the astrology, I've never done synastry, and you know what? I do not want to start today. I'm going to be honest. And if you want a private reading for me, link can be found in the description bar below. In the private readings, I will usually go into the numerology with the tarot. And then also with your birth chart, I will do more in-depth research. You know, this is AstroTarotResearch for a reading. Trust, I have my own documents of timing of events, especially when it comes to love, connection, marriage, just observations I have made over the years on how people connect. And it's definitely different for your rising sign, for sure. I don't know why people always say things like, oh, you have Saturn in the 7th house, you're going to get married late or something like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've seen so many people who have Saturn in the 7th house, and they've gotten married young. You know, Saturn in the 7th house just brings you lessons when it comes to relationships, contracts, and honestly, a lot of different karma when it comes to relationships. Career advice to increase income. Question is career advice to increase income. I hope you see it. I see it. I love your bluntness as well. I'm a Scorpio, by the way. Oh, what date? Love Scorpios. My best friend in high school was a Scorpio, or one of my best friends. And I'm glad you like my honesty. Some people just, they can't stand it. Like, let me tell you something, guys. I have seen all types of reactions to being honest with people, and it's not always good. It's so strange. Like, you could say the worst thing in the world. You could curse someone out. You could talk bad about them. You could talk bad about their family. But the worst thing you could tell someone, let me tell you, is the truth. It gets such a virile reaction like you've never seen before. Trust me. It's scary over here. It's scary to have this personality. Because I'm not a very good liar. Mm-hmm. Oh, November 18th. I'm trying to remember in my head. Is that Swati? I might have to look that up. Story of my life. It's so true. I don't know what it is, why the truth is so triggering. I have no clue what it is. I like when people tell me the truth. Don't get me wrong. I might get my little feelings hurt, but I respect it because a lot of people don't have the goal to do so. And it's like, wow. So when you hear it, it's like, wow, that's nice to hear. It's nice to hear that you've been open with me. At least that's how I feel about it. Other people feel differently. I think it's Vishka, actually. Because now that I'm thinking about... All right. Let's see what advice they have to increase income. And as you're coming in, feel free to drop your questions in the chat, send payment. I will get straight to it. It's $5 for yes or no, $10 for in-depth questions. And even if you don't get a question, don't ask a question this time, feel free to fill out the polls and hit the like button. I would really, really appreciate it. One, I just like getting to know you guys. And two, it just makes me happy. It helps me out when you hit the like button. So I really appreciate the favor. All right. We have the 10 of Cups flying out here. All right. We have the 5 of Pentacles. What is going on? And what is this card? We have the Emperor. There we go. All right, advice to increase income. Well, one thing we have here with the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles, this may be a little bit obvious advice, but Get out of environments of places where people aren't appreciating you. If you feel like an outsider, if you feel like you're not a part of the in crowd when it comes to your job or career environment, you've got to move on and move out of there and find a place where it feels a little bit more like home. And the reason I say this is because if you're not making the right connections with the right people or fitting in with the right crowd, you'll never get that financial increase like you would like, essentially. Then the second thing we have is the Emperor here, and it is being highlighted by the 8 of Wands reverse. This to me is very clear. When I see this combination of cards, it's like forming a specialty. You know how it says, like, if you want to, I guess, make a name for yourself, then you become the best in that area, right? You become the person that has that specialty. You become somebody who is highly skilled. You become someone who people rely on, who they know is really good at certain things. So being someone who has that specialty, who has that, oh, if I want to get this thing done, I go to this person. That is something that is going to bring you a increase financially. Let me see this Empress here. The cards are kind of saying, you also need to take care of yourself. I know that seems like very obvious advice. Yes, I feel this way in my current job, my job target. I'm ready to move on. Yeah, you need to get out of there. If they're not treating you, if they're not showing appreciation, you got to go out of there. It's never going to happen. The Empress is saying, take care of yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, right? The Empress knows her value and she moves from that place. Meaning if somebody offers her, like let's say she wants to make 120K and someone offers her 90,000. She doesn't accept the 90,000. So she keeps it moving until someone accepts her at the value she believes she is worth. So one thing that we have is knowing your worth when it comes to the Empress. And don't get me wrong, this is not saying go ahead and be delusional and pick some crazy amount and say, you've got to pay me 200K, you know. But, you know, obviously be realistic, know your value, know your worth, and don't negotiate down. You know, it is what it is. I remember I saw this video of Judge Judy, and she was talking about like how every year she would meet with an executive and they would sort of try to negotiate her contract. And before they even came out with a number, she would say, don't even give me that piece of paper. I'm going to give you my piece of paper. And she said, it wasn't a negotiation. It was me making a demand. This is what I will be paid, you know, or, you know, so what I mean, because she knew her value. So she knew she could make those demands. So knowing what the market is, knowing what the price people are paying for your skill set will help you allow you to increase your income. So let's say you gain some new skills, start looking up people and seeing what they get paid, sites like Glassdoors. There's also a lot of openness if you go on social media with people talking about how much they might make at a job. Now, who knows if they're being upfront with everything, but you might get a good sense for how much people are getting paid for the job that you have or the skill set that you have. And then you can start making reasonable requests for income based upon that range. So that's something that they want you to do. We have the Hermit here. Now the Hermit card is very interesting because this card is definitely a card of going within yourself and deciding what you really want, what you truly desire, and what you need from a work environment as well. And I'm specifically talking about a work environment because we're talking about career. Here, you know, I can treat this as Venus being in the 6th house, or even Venus and Mars being in the 6th house, because we have the Emperor and the Empress in the same reading. And when those two cards come together, this is very much like I need to make a decision now about what exactly is my career goals, my trajectory, what exactly do I want to gain from the work environment. Some people, it's less about the money, it's more about the titles. Some people, they have a dollar amount in their head. And also making that information known. I'm not saying making it known right away. This is what I mean by making it known. Like, let's say at the top of the year, you meet with your supervisor and you say, hey, I would like to receive a $5,000 bonus. How can I get there? This is what I mean by making it known, making what you desire known. But with the Hermit card, it wants you to reflect on those desires first. If you say, I want an increase in income, how much? Know how much and know the reasons why and understand what that increase in income will do for you, right? And so that's something that I get from the cards here when they're talking about that. And it also wants you to look out for your mental and physical health. Don't get worn down by a job here. We can look at Mars and Venus coming together to represent, hey, I want to ensure that you aren't draining yourself through a job. You actually enjoy to some degree what you do and the environment that you work in. And then the last thing we have here, King of Wands, be proactive. One thing that we don't have here is actually interesting. We don't have any like pages. We don't have any like fool cards. We don't have any aces. So the thing that I love about it is not like try something completely and totally new. King of Wands is just like refining what you know and improving upon that. So that seems to be a strong overall advice. But with the King of Wands, I want to also say is he's always on the lookout for new opportunities. He isn't stagnant. And I said, write down, need to sit down and reflect more. I have not been as consistent with my daily routines and sleep. Yeah, make sure that you're taking care of yourselves. The cards are really emphasizing that, that mental health and that physical health. The cards want you to make sure you aren't driving yourself crazy or burning yourself out or stressing yourself out too much. It'll bring you a lot of clarity. But the King of Wands, as I was saying, he's very proactive. He doesn't sit still. He doesn't wait for an opportunity. He is very much like, if you're not getting me what I want, I'm going to go out and get what I want. So staying proactive and finding people who can give you what you want. So I've heard stories of people, like, let's say they were looking for a job. They keep trying to send their resume out there. They keep getting rejected. And I've heard this story a billion times. Last story I heard, one woman, she found the Instagram of somebody who was a little bit higher up in the company, messaged them and said, I applied for X, Y, and Z job. Here is my background. Here's my skill set. Here's why I think I would be good for the job. And lo and behold, the person said, hey, send me your resume, right? Sometimes you have to be that bold. You've got to be that forward. You've got to be that King of Wands energy and knock down those doors and say, hey, I think I'm good for this job. I want this job. I think I'm qualified for it. And you go out and you find a unique way to land the job, right? So this is what I'm talking about here. He's not completely starting over and switching industries and changing a new career path or, something like that. He's using his time, energy, and skill set and then marketing it in a different way. So this is what I mean by not a complete do-over, which, if the cards wanted you to do that, they would show something else here. But they really do believe that you're somebody who's really accomplished, always keep refining, always keep growing, always keep transforming. Come up with a plan. The Emperor card here, we got that as one of the first cards that you got. The Emperor card has that 3-year plan, 4-year plan. Where do you want to be in 10 years when it comes to your career or job? Because you have some people, let's say they're like, in 15 years, I want to retire. And so if they want to retire, they know how much money they need to make. They know how much money they need to invest. And they know how often they might need to ask for a raise. They're also somebody who's always probably looking for a new job, because the best way to actually gain more money is not to stay at the same company, but it's to keep switching jobs, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is the time that we live in. People make more money when they switch jobs. Generally, jobs, they only give a certain cap on their raise, but another company will want to recruit you and make some more money. And so coming up with a plan of how you're going to reach your goal is very important. So have that sit down moment with yourself and lay down exactly what it is that you need, right? And what I mean by this is everything I said, but then also there's this, I'm trying to remember how to phrase this. Let me think this. The other day, I wrote on Excel sheet a preliminary future expense report. And so what that means is I wrote down how much do I think in the future, this is my ideal situation, right? How much do I want to spend on a mortgage? How much do I want to spend on a car? And you look up, you can look up the things that you want, right? They have listings for houses, car prices out there, mortgage prices, insurance, all of that stuff. There's plenty of information out there. So write down all of that information and then look up how much it costs and then factor in taxes. And then that will give you the money that you need to make. Look at how much you want to save per year, how much you want to have in your emergency fund, how much you want to spend on travel. And then once you have that number in mind, that's when you're like, okay, I need to narrow it down and start only looking from jobs that have this amount of pay. And then if you feel like you're not qualified for those jobs, be like the emperor, keep focusing and upskilling so that you qualify for them and so that you can make a argument as to why they should hire you. So this is what I mean by like come up with a plan there. And also think of like alternative ways that you can reach those goals. But be very focused, because when we have the 8 of Wands reverse, that's like, I'm only shooting one wand. I got my target in mind. Thanks. I really needed to hear that. I hadn't realized in ways I've been settling and not having a proper plan. I've been a little all over the place. Yeah, focus. Focus here. You got the 8 of Wands reverse. Don't go for this thing. Don't go for that thing. Just straight focus. I want this thing. This is my target. I'm going to reach it. But you got this, because the cards have shown that one thing I see in the cards is they recognize that you are very capable, right? We wouldn't have gotten that King of Wands, Emperor, Empress energy if you were not a capable person, if you were not a creative person, if you were not a thoughtful, intelligent person. So you have a lot to offer. Let people know. And acknowledge that within yourself as well. Hold on. You know, I didn't even realize we had been on for an hour, guys. Oh, thanks for all the votes, everyone. I really appreciate it. You're welcome. And we got the Empress card again. So really emphasize that sense of value. And also the Empress does connect to relationships. Make sure that you are forming contracts with people who are honest and who are fair. If it starts to look a little bit one-sided, you know how some companies, you look at that contract and you're like, you're not even thinking about the employee. Avoid those companies. It's just not worth it. You know, the cards are really emphasizing that love and self-care. And so that to me, that reflects that you're going to really need an environment that's going to be supportive. I'm not saying they're catering to your every need, but an environment that really supports their employees' growth is good. I can't wait to see you shine and get success. And I want that for all of my astronauts, stargazers, anyone. You've all deserve it. I have such amazing people who support. I didn't miss any questions, did I? I want to make sure I haven't. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oop, I got a little coffee left. Ooh. I feel energized now. My face is so puffy. I think I need some water. Normally my face gets puffy like this. I need water. Okay. And I hope you guys are doing good. And I hope we all get money, because that seems to be the career goals this year. I hope there's a level up. I will say with Rahu and Sattavishya, you know, actually Rahu and Sattavishya is not that great for money, but well, at least not for everybody. It's not great for money for the general public. But I will say when Jupiter goes into Leo and Vedic, it will probably give a little bit of a boost, at least until Rahu goes into Dhanishta. And then things might be a little bit like more flat. So look out for when Jupiter goes into Leo. I think it leaves out of Cancer in May, if I remember. I have to look back at it. Yes, my current job is horrible. They're underemployed and I'm always working other people's job, which means I should get paid more, but they're not going to do that. Yeah, that seems to be a common thing that goes on. I've definitely had jobs that do that. And for some reason, it's happening more and more. And well, I know there's plenty of reasons. You know, one, the cost of things have gone up. So jobs really can't afford it. They can't afford employees. Two, they're trying to keep their investors happy. And let's say they're not meeting their sales quota. They're not making the money that they have promised investors they're going to make. Well, you know, now they're going to have to start firing people in order to save money. So it looks like a little bit of a boost in income. It looks like they're gaining in some sort of way, like, oh, we did all of this and we saved money, or we got a little bit more money. And really, they just kind of fired people. And as a result, you have workers working 3 or 4 different jobs. I literally heard that from the other day when an engineer was telling me that they are specialized in one area, but because the company wouldn't hire another engineer, now they're working various different areas of engineering that they had to learn. So that's a little problematic. You know, it's I can understand from a higher level, executive level, where they think that if somebody is in the same, I guess, area, that they think that it can be applied to every specialty, but not really. You know, it's a struggle for the employee. It's a burden for the employee. And at the same time, they're not being rewarded for that work. But since every company is going through that squeeze, or every mid-tier company, which is most of America, is going through that squeeze, employment's tight. They're not hiring, and the job market is pretty weak. So that's my tangent. That is my tangent. And that's why I was saying earlier, guys, that if you guys want to make that higher pay, it is better to start a business. Not only that, but in America, at least, the financial tax code benefits business owners. For example, I'm not like a full-blown business owner, but I technically can count this as a sole proprietorship. And so things like tarot cards, my laptop, my camera, I can technically write those things off, especially since my camera, I solely use that just for this channel. This is why I say the tax code benefits business owners. And so you'll end up paying less in taxes. And if you end up paying less money in taxes, at least, you will have more money to invest. If you have more money to invest, you make more money, right? So I'm just trying to get you guys more money. I want all my astronauts to be paid and wealthy and to do well and have glowing skin and to continue to be beautiful and lovely. So stay financially educated, keep working hard, being smart, and make people feel good to the best of your ability, but stay true to yourself. All right, I think that may be it for now. If there's no more questions, I will come on and see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will be here for the scheduled live. During the scheduled live, we go over the weekly collective and we see how things will unfold for us next week. This week, I believe we got the Moon, we got the Chariot, and we got the Nine of Cups. So it may have felt like this week has been a whirlwind of emotions in terms of following your intuition, being a little bit confused, and also, oh yeah, what is the other question? And then also, I just want to say, we may also feel like we're being realigned in our direction. But I'll do the full recap tomorrow with the weekly collective. And I'm going to ask you guys, I want to ask you guys a different question. I'll ask you guys verbally, but for the poll, I'm going to ask you a different question. I'm going to ask you how your week has panned out, what you've been up to. And then in the poll, I have another question that's been inspired by you guys for today. It's just a random fun question. Ooh. And don't forget to watch the latest video. It is up on the channel. If you want a private reading, link can be found in the description bar below. There we go into a little bit more detail using numerology, using the imagery, using colors. There's a lot of ways to read tarot cards, or at least a lot of ways that I've learned to read them. It's a love question. I'm curious about who's coming into my love life next. I just had to ask. I completely understand. There's nothing wrong with being curious about that. Who doesn't love love? These cards are a little stiff. Might have to warm them up a little bit. All right, Spirit, come through. There we go. All right, what is this card? We have the World card here. We definitely have someone focused and hard working, maybe stubborn too. We have the Page of Pentacles. Love this card. A little bit shy. We have the Two of Wands. Oh, they're in a place in their life where they're planning their next steps here. So we have the World, the Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. The World card is definitely going to be a card where we're talking about someone who has accomplished a lot in their life. They're someone who is likely to be well-traveled. Maybe they speak more than one language. Maybe they have lived in different states or regions or cities. This is somebody who's likely going to be very goal-oriented. If you're looking for someone who's laid back or whatever, that's not this. The World card is definitely somebody who's always thinking of the next step, where they're going to go next, what they need to accomplish or conquer, whatever the case may be. I also get the World card to generally represent someone who people see as just a generally very successful and accomplished person. So for sure, you have somebody like that coming into your life next. One thing I see about the World card is there is an element of fairness and accountability. So you have somebody who can take accountability for their own actions, as well as they're going to hold others accountable and have very strong boundaries for themselves. La la. And then you have somebody who is very practical. And generally I get the World card to be somebody who's kind of like a to-do list person, right? They make a to-do list. They mark it off on the things that they need to do things. My Capricorn placements love to hear it. That's great. It's perfect. It's like a match made in heaven. But they're going to have, more than likely, if they don't have a mental to-do list, then they're going to have that physical to-do list where they're like, I got to do this, this, and this, and this today. I'm going to do it. They set their mind to it. They accomplish it. They get it done. This is also really great because it shows that they're a man of their word, or I think or woman of their word. I'm not sure which gender you're into, so I don't want to make assumptions. But they are somebody who keeps their word. The Page of Pentacles is actually really interesting here because even though they're quite the accomplished person, I generally get the Page of Pentacles to represent somebody who's pretty shy and who's not the most confident individual here. I'm not saying that they have no self-esteem, but the Page of Pentacles is definitely someone who feels like there's so much more that they can learn, that they can grow, and they have a whole host of desires that they would like to accomplish, especially in the area of career, financial goals, or even just general routine goals. Like you might have a routine where it's just like, I want to get to a place in my life where I am exercising an hour a day every day. And so in their mind, they're just like, I want to get to that place. I want to find that perfect balance there. I want to make sure that I am always being consistent with that, because the Page of Pentacles, they sometimes forget to plan for the little things. You know, they definitely want to keep their word for sure. They're going to make every effort to do so. But sometimes, you know, things slip their mind and they're just like, oh, I want to make sure that that doesn't happen, right? They have very high standards for themselves. May not always be realistic, but they have high standards for themselves. Love the Page of Pentacles as well, because when you have the Page of Pentacles, sharing is caring. So you have somebody who's going to look out for the people that they are with. You know, if you need to borrow something, if you need someone to pay for something, you know, they're not stingy. The Page of Pentacles, they're just like, here, you know, I bought us lunch, you know, I was thinking about you, whatever the case may be. We also have the Two of Wands energy. And the Two of Wands is someone, are they possibly around my age? I'm 24. Let's see, hold on. We have the Four of Cups. I have to clarify that. All right. Okay. And the Eight of Wands reversed. Don't know why that wants to come out. To clarify, the Page of Cups. I don't know if they're around your age. Only because, I don't know, the cards are kind of saying that if you just kind of look for somebody around your age, you might be missing opportunities. So this person is likely a little bit further out from the age gap. I don't know what your age gap is. If you're narrowing it and saying, okay, I only want to date 2 to 3 years older, 2 to 3 years younger, whatever. They could be a little bit older, you know, than that. They might be 5 years older. They might be 6 years older, whatever the case may be. Something along the lines of that. But the cards are basically telling me, don't just specifically look for somebody around your age, because that's not necessarily what this person either looks like. They're not specifically giving me the age, though. Let's see if I can gather this card here. Ooh. But the Two of Wands, I was saying, is somebody who is in a stage in their life where they're planning their next step, their next goal. And the thing about it is, it's quite the bold and brave move. When you see the Two of Wands, that's somebody who's marching to the beat of their own drum. And so there is some aspect of their life that is not in alignment with what everyone around them is doing. So, for example, let's say everyone works a 9 to 5. This person might start their own business. or everyone wants to, I don't know, rent their own apartment or something like that. Well, maybe they want to own it. You know, there's something about them that wants to do things their own way. We have the 10 of Cups here, just kind of amplifying more about this person. Very relationship oriented person when we have the 10 of Cups there. They love their family as well. And they're likely to be someone who wants kids one day at least. Then the last card we have is the 9 of Pentacles, which kind of clarifies and goes back to that World card energy of being independent, being someone who can stand on their own, being someone who doesn't like to rely on others too much. And then also with the 9 of Pentacles, they definitely have their own hobbies and things that they like to do within their free time. So if you're worried if they're boring or they don't have anything to do, or maybe they just are kind of like this one-trick pony and all they do is work, that's not the case. They have a very fun and active and full life here, especially when we're talking about the 9 of Pentacles energy. Also think about, you talked about Saturn in the 7th house earlier. I do have that placement. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. That's why you have Saturn in the 7th house. So that explains that World card, independent, focused energy that you're getting here. That makes sense. That's aligning. But I was saying, when you have like that Saturn in the 7th house energy, you know, you can attract older, but from my perspective, it usually does 3 things. 1, you just attract older. 2, you attract these relationships that are like karmic lessons. Like you're like, oh, wow, that was rough. I needed to learn boundaries. Or the third example, which I think this is, you attract people who are kind of very mature, and they're people who have a plan for themselves. They're pretty reliable. They're very stable. They tend to be thoughtful individuals. They keep their own independence. They work hard to maintain a relationship. They are family oriented, partnership oriented, and they're always looking to grow and develop and to change and transform. They're not someone who wants to stay stagnant. Hi, Sanjin. Hello. So I do think it's more so of that level up energy of Saturn in your 7th house that this person is coming with. You know, it's interesting because I feel like this person has a good balance of being like a homebody, but also wanting to go out and try things. They also seem to be just a generally thoughtful person, right? I don't see any selfishness in the cards, and I like that. Sanjin, if you would like a reading, then you would have to send payment first, and then I can get to your question right away. But I really do think for Eternal Love Bliss that this person coming in, they're very kind. You know, that's the type of vibe that I get. They're kind. They're trying to find their own way. They're trying to forge their own path. They're very observant. So they're definitely going to notice things about, like, if you change your hair. You know, some people, they'll date people who don't even seem to know their eye color, right? This person's a little bit more observant, and they're going to pay attention to things about you. And also, I get the feeling that they like a good work-life balance. They like a good work-life balance. They have lots of stability. And those are the things that are happening when it comes to them and their life. They're pretty relaxed. They're pretty much a chill person. Like, that's their personality. Very laid back. Said, hello, I always change my looks a lot. I don't think they would care, to be completely honest. This is the type of person who is just like, long as you're happy, you know, that's the vibes here. Long as you're happy, I'm happy. You look good. I look good, I don't care. Like that's the energy that I get from this person. I mean, they have a good vibe. I don't know what else to say. Their vibe is pretty chill, and they might have a pet or something like that. And then I will say with the Two of Wands here, very strategic. They're more of a planner. They're not that spontaneous. So if you want somebody spontaneous, that's not them. They're not a spontaneous person. Very rarely will they be into spontaneity. If you wanna hang out, they're like, let's make a plan. Let's meet here and here at this time. And this is what I'm thinking. Well, could they please come now? If only the universe worked on our own time. That would be so lovely. You know, I would love that. Sounds like I'm going to be the wild one. You just might. For sure, you just might be the wild one. They do have that Two of Wands energy who can be bold, so I think they can keep up with you. I really do. So I like the vibes here. They seem very healthy and focused, and like they really care about the people around them. I can't wait till you meet this person who comes into your life. I was trying to think, there was something I wanted to say, but I can't remember. I think I might need more coffee or a nap. But either way, I'm so happy I got to read for all of you. Did it mention where we could meet? Let me gather these cards. A few of them fell. Okay. Where could they meet? Okay, don't want to use that one. We have the Lovers. Here we go. So the Lovers is generally going to represent places that you typically like to go, or that are very similar and a part of your routine. This is not something that's like, okay, this is a special occasion and now I'm going here. It's more so, okay, you know, I go to the grocery store every day, so I'm doing that. Or me and my friend, we like to go to X, Y, and Z events on the weekend. Maybe we like to go crafting on the weekend. And every weekend we go to some craft shop, event, whatever, and this is how you meet them. But you meet them as a part of your normal everyday routine. This is not going to be something out of the norm or out of what you already do. I'm trying to pull these cards here. We have the Eight of Cups too. What in the world? There we go. So Eight of Cups is just going to generally mean a little bit further away from your home. So let's say you, like for me, for example, if I have plenty of places that I go to regularly, right? But there may be some places that I go to regularly that are a little bit further away. Like if I drive to DC, that's a little bit further away than the grocery store, my local grocery store. But I go to DC enough that it would be part of my regular routine. It wouldn't be unusual to find me in the DC area. So this is what I mean by we get the Eight of Cups by, okay, this is part of your routine, but it's a little bit further away as a part of your routine, like location wise, okay? This is what the cards are kind of indicating there. So they're going to pop up then. What you'll be doing, I don't know. But they do want you to know that it's going to be a very smooth and easy interaction. Okay, here. Because I love seeing the Lover's card. Anytime I see the Lover's card, it's like, okay, that was easy peasy lemon squeezy. You know, it doesn't feel awkward, doesn't feel weird. The conversation flows. It's, even if there are little dips, it's like, oh, I like talking to this person. I hope that explanation made sense. Yes, the Lovers, we love to see it. Yeah, I love to see it in love reading. Because to me, it shows a lot of chemistry and compatibility. All right. So I think we might be done with the questions. I do want to thank you all for participating, hitting the like button, filling out the polls. Seems like everybody wants that moolah. Everyone wants to make that money. They want the higher pay. 63% of you at least. The other 21% wants some more work-life balance, more freedom. And then we have build your own business and career pivots. So love to see all of that information for you guys. I hope we all make more money in 2026. Be on the lookout for when Jupiter enters Leo. Don't know why my brain broke. In fact, actually look out for when Jupiter enters Cancer. Just because when Jupiter enters Cancer, a lot of people are kind of looking to save money, but when Jupiter enters Cancer, it's actually a really good time to invest and then reap the benefits of the harvest when it goes into Leo. But Leo's still a good time as well for making money. So thank you so much for the readings. Definitely book a personal one. Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait to do a personal private reading for you, eternal love and bliss. And I cannot wait until you meet this beautiful, beautiful person who is coming into your love life. And for everyone, as we close out, and my Jupiter is in Cancer. Oh, wow. Wow. Wait, is that in Western or Vedic astrology? I think in Vedic astrology right now, Jupiter's in Gemini, and then I think it goes into Cancer really quickly soon. Soon enough. And then it goes into Leo. So it's like in three signs this year. Crazy. But either way, a Jupiter return for you. Ooh, wow. That's big energy. You know, it's a great time to meet somebody during your Jupiter return, especially when it's retrograde like it is now. That's a really good time to go out there and meet people. Just in my experience when it comes to reading astrology charts and seeing times when people meet people, Jupiter return when Jupiter is retrograde is perfect for meeting somebody with long-term compatibility. So make sure you are outside. You know, don't stay inside your home like I know Jupiter and Cancer wants to do, because they're like, I want to save money. I don't want to go out too much. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, spiritual abundance. Hey. Go outside and make sure you're meeting people, guys. Opportunities are there for you. But be safe, because, you know, it's crazy out here in these streets. Change the name. It's shifting Lotus. Ah! Good to see you, Shifting Lotus. I love the new name. It's wonderful. Everyone seems to be here at this time. I got to come in the afternoon some more because you guys are great. And saying, if you have a question, feel free to send payment first and then I will get to it. If you want to know the details of how the live works, details can be found in the description bar. You can also check out the pinned comment if you just need a quick overview. But it is so good to see you shifting, Lotus. This is why I'm trying to figure out the best times to do the pop-ups, right? That is one of my goals for this year. You know, you got to have the business goals. You got to have the, okay, let me figure out the best times to go live, best times to do the pop-ups. There's still going to be pop-ups at the end of the days, but you know, I don't want to do a pop-up at 4 a.m., right? Well, maybe, I don't know. But I probably wouldn't. Just because it'll be terrible for me. We got to pick a time that's great for both of us. It's all about balance. And I can't wait to be on the lookout for the video I'm doing on Uranus and Critica sextiling Saturn and Uttara Bhadrapada. That is a transit video that I am going to be doing either next week or week after next, just because I have a few things I need to get done for this channel. But it's a very, very rare alignment happening in the sky. I was actually surprised too. I didn't even realize how rare it was. It's over 1,000 years since this has happened. I had to go really far back. Like it was crazy how far back I had to go. Oh, sending for a career message. Let me get my charger before this dies. And if you're coming in, we may close out soon, so make sure to get your questions in. Sent via Cash App. I'm on my lunch break at work. I feel like I need to pivot my career, but need to stay too. I was just talking about this, guys, in my Rahu and Sedabisha video. I was making sure I didn't drop any cards. Sorry, that's why I was looking down, guys. About job hugging. How you have a lot of people who are in a similar position to you, spiritual 8. And essentially, a lot of people want to pivot. A lot of people want to transform. A lot of people want to leave a job, career pivot, but they need the money, you know, they need to stay, they need the stability. So let's get into this. All right, making sure that. I've been watching an HBO show called Industry, so that's why I selected on your poll. Oh, so that's why you clicked the career pivot and new industry. That's not a bad idea. Sometimes you need that industry pivot and it can allow you to make more money. Go for where, like, look at the stock market and see what companies are making money and go to that industry. I need to pivot on my career, but I need to stay too. What's the specific question? Spiritual 8, shifting Lotus. I want to make sure that I'm answering your specific question. Is it that you want to know, is it the time to change careers, or will you have any luck shifting, or what will it be like when you change careers? I want to make sure I'm getting the correct question. Any career messages. Okay, okay. All right. We have the Moon card. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Make sure that's focused. Or not. That's good enough. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. All right. So one thing that we see here when we have the Moon card here is, I think that's just reflecting your state of mind, the element of confusion and trying to figure out your way through the dark, right? You're trying to figure out which avenue to go to next, which direction to go in. And this is honestly just a reminder to trust your intuition, to allow that to guide you. If you are feeling called to something, then this is very much a message of take the leap and the net will appear. You know, the Moon card is all about relying on faith. We're in this place where there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of emotions when it comes to what's going to unfold for us next. I don't know. I'm scared. This is making me anxious. I just have to use my inner light to guide me through all of this. Two of Pentacles reversed. I see this as general advice to don't wear too many hats, right? And I find that to be interesting because, you know, sometimes, especially now, we have a lot of gig economy, creator economy. And so a lot of people are working their 9-to-5s, but then they have their side hustles and then they create content and things like that. The Two of Pentacles reversed is saying focus on one thing. It doesn't want you to spread out. The Two of Pentacles reversed is go with the thing that is working. Go with the thing that is providing you the best results that people like to see from you, that people seem to be showing interest in, that there are opportunities in the area for. And don't try to juggle too many different things. Don't try to say, okay, I'm going to work in this field as an engineer, but then on the side, I'm going to drive for Uber. The cards are saying absolutely not. Stick to the one thing and that only, okay? That is the thing it wants you to stick to. Don't get too spread out. Don't start going off in this direction and that direction. Really focus. Really focus on one thing. Another thing this can represent is if you've been contemplating sort of like moving to a different city or even going off and moving somewhere overseas or whatever the case may be, Two of Pentacles says don't do that. Don't try to make any wild moves and jump ship and go somewhere else. Two of Pentacles wants you to stay exactly where you are in terms of location, locale, whatever the case may be. When we have the Ten of Pentacles following that, it's saying once you become more streamlined, more focused, and really follow your intuition when it comes to what you want to do and where you want to go next, things are going to really blossom. You're going to be able to build from that. And actually that makes a lot of sense because one thing I love to do from an astrology perspective is obviously I have to look up a lot of interviews of people, read articles, and the most consistent thing that people have said when it comes to going from this place of not having the financial freedom that they would like to being in a place of abundance, this is saying that they focused on the thing that they were good at. They didn't get distracted. They didn't try to do a million things at once. They weren't trying to pivot every 2 seconds. And they just continued to build upon that. And that brought them the most success. If it's not working though, like let's say it's completely stagnant, it's dead in the water, then I would suggest changing. But the cards ultimately are like, really work at that one thing, you know. Sounds like the cards want me to say, I work in home improvement industry. It's just slow right now during the this time of year. You know, if it's just slow this time of year, it'll pick up again. You know, I am with the cards kind of with that message. If you've done home improvement for a while, if you're really good at your job, it's not saying that you have to stay at this job, but definitely don't switch industries. Don't change the environment too much. You know, the cards feel like there's a lot of abundance and money to be made in this area for you specifically. You know, it's saying that you have the ability to build a long-term career there that can build a lot of financial stability. And if you would like, you could possibly own your own, you know, home improvement business or things like that, if that's part of your goals. But one thing you should do is get clear about what those goals are. If you kind of just want to be an employee and then work your way up the ladder, I'm not sure all of the job roles connected to home improvement industry. I'm sure there's lots of them. But if you want to do that, then, you know, build that system for that. 2 of Pentacles reversed. Definitely less flexibility in your plan. You know, you might have a plan A and a plan B, but you damn sure don't have a plan C with the 2 of Pentacles reversed. So the cards do encourage very much one-track mindedness, which is very interesting. For some people, the cards are always like, explore, do things, blah, blah, blah. This is like, nah, stick to what you know. Like, you know what I mean? And you'll grow. It'll blossom. It'll bloom. Pentacles are slow. Pentacles are all about the turtle over the hare. It's about building steps one by one, building blocks one by one. I always get the Pentacles for things like waiting in line, sitting in traffic. You know, it's very slow moving energy. You know, things aren't going to be up and fun and moving all the time and busy. Sometimes things are just dull, you know, and there's not a lot to do and it's not as fun. And you're like, I don't like this. This is boring to me. This is not what I signed up for, blah, blah, blah. The cards are saying, whatever, I don't care. I want you to stay here and keep building. I mean, it's true. The cards that really want you to focus. I needed that confirmation. Yeah, be patient. Like there is money to be made here. The 10 of Pentacles, probably the most wealthy card in the deck. You know, maybe the King of Pentacles is the only other card that has a little bit more money, but he probably lives in 10 of Pentacles land. So I really do feel like this is a great industry for you. The cards believe that you are good at your job and it wants you to keep going. Let me pull another card for you. We have the 2 of Cups. There we go. 2 of Cups energy here. Let me clarify the 2 of Cups. 10 of Swords reverse. I like this because if we're talking about in terms of the job, it's like you'll be able to meet people who will help you see the positives and the silver linings within working within this industry. Even if you haven't met them yet, there are people here within this industry that will, it's like the relationships you'll form with them will help open your eyes to possibilities that you previously hadn't seen before. Because sometimes the 10 of Swords, they can be a bit blind, right? They look at this person. they're in the ground. They're totally defeated. They're tired. You know, they don't want to keep going on. They're exhausted. When we have this Ten of Swords here reversed, the swords are coming out of their back. They're like, all right, maybe things aren't so bad. You know, maybe I can get up again. Things aren't always gloom and doom. I have boosted morale, a little bit of hope there, and it's coming through the people that I am meeting. So there's some people that you're going to be meeting that are going to bring more positivity into your life as well. And, you know, be on the lookout. Be patient for them. Wait, keep going, and you will start to see just how much the industry has to offer. Oh, hey, Sour. I hope I'm saying Saurab. I hope I'm saying that right. But you got this, Spiritual 8. This seems like a good industry to make connections for you. If you would like me to answer your questions, you will have to send payment through PayPal or Cash App or Super Chat. If you need any more further instructions, information can be found in the description bar below here. And it explains how everything works along with the links to any payment. All right. We're going to close out in maybe 4 minutes, guys. If there's no more questions. And I just want to say, number one, I'm so happy that you guys all participated, sent likes, answered the polls, and have really, really allowed me to, how do I say this? Open, I don't know, my brain is frying. I'm glad you guys have given me the opportunity to read for you. That's what I'm trying to say here. I got a little distracted because I was thinking about the next things I got to do next after this. But thank you for giving me the opportunity to read for you all. It is always a blessing. I'm always happy to do so. Don't forget, if you missed this live or maybe you want to ask some additional questions, I will be live tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm more than happy to, go live then. That is the normal scheduled live. And during the normal scheduled live, we do the weekly collectives. We do the forecast of what is going to be happening next week, as we do every week. And the recap can be in the description bar. The recap, I'm going to put timestamps and everything, essentially is what I'm saying. It'll be after the video premieres. And as always, if you want to ask me a question beforehand, send payment and everything like that, all you have to do is email me your question, let me know, your username, etc. and so I know where you sent the payment to and things like that. And I will answer your question during the live if you can't make it. Remember, all lives are paid, and any information can be found in the description bar, as well as the posted pinned comment. And also, when it comes to the readings, the reading has premiered today. As always, the new reading premieres at noon or around noon. Feel free to answer the poll questions. I believe this week's poll question is about new love. We're on the vibe of love. And that is all I wanted to say here. Feel free to become a member. Members get one free question per month, at least for now. That may change to a more so randomized system in the future, just for practicality's sake. And I think that's all I want to say. I want to say thank you all for joining. Thank you all for stopping by. So Rob, if you want your question answered, you have to send payment. Especially project planning engineer, 28-year-old, married. Yes, send payment and I can get to your question. But other than that, I am going to close out if I don't receive any payment there. And I think I said everything I needed to say. I'll see you all next time. I'll just give it 1 minute and then I will close out. No more announcements from me. I'm trying to think. If you have any suggestions about any readings or anything you would like to see, whether you're a stargazer, whether you're an astronaut, whether you're both, whatever, just feel free to leave that in the comments. You can, I suggest leaving it in the latest video, okay? Or you can leave it in the community post tab. Those are the best places to leave comments when it comes to readings, and I will see that a lot faster. And that is all. If you want a private reading from me, link can be found in the description bar below. You can go through Etsy. You can go through my booking form. The booking form has the Cash App payment available option, which I do not believe Etsy has, which is why I have decided to keep it. And that is all I have to say when it comes to that. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And it will be Martin Luther King Day on Monday. Wow. Wow, time's flying, everyone. And I'm going to close out because I've been here like 2 hours. Wow, like wasn't expecting that. I didn't realize this was such a popular time. I will make sure to come in the afternoons, late afternoons sometimes, and talk to you guys. So I will see you, and bye, everyone. Thank you all.